finish up in lesson 4.7, our last learning goal is this. I can create an equation. In other words, you have to come up with the equation in two variables. So we'll have an x and a y in our equation to represent a relationship between quantities. So they're going to give you some information, and you have to take that information and make sense of it to be able to set up some ordered pairs, show a relationship between them, an x and a y relationship, and then be able to, from that, write an equation to represent that problem. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's look at page 278. Check it out. Number 5, it's at the very bottom of the page. Are you all there with me? At a different newspaper. So in other words, the problem that was worked up above in example 5, they were doing a newspaper problem. Okay, so we're gonna kind of ignore, we're gonna skip over that, but we're gonna do our own. At a different newspaper, so instead of the Fargo Forum here in Valley City, Times Record, the cost to place an ad for 1 week are showing. Did you know that when you advertise, you put like a little box, you want to say happy birthday to grandma, it's her 80th birthday, and you want to say happy birthday, you don't embarrass her, because you typically that's what people do it for. You want to go buy an ad to put in the Times Record to wish grandma happy 80th birthday, and then you, of course, give her a name so everybody knows that she's turning 80. And that's, but usually when you're turning 80, it doesn't embarrass you, but more when you're turning 40 or something like that. So you have to pay for those ads. You don't get to just go say, would you put this in the newspaper for me? So we have this little table there that shows some different costs to place an ad in the newspaper. So somebody give me some information from that table that might be useful to us.
3 lines is $12.75. 5 lines is $17.25. 10 lines is $28.50.
Okay, so they give us 3 different things that might be useful. They tell us how much it costs when you want a 3-line ad. They tell us how much it costs when you want a 5-line ad, and they tell us how much it's going to cost you if you want a 10-line ad. Okay, so they're giving us some information here that we're going to be able to use. Write an equation in slope-intercept form, it says, that represents this linear function. Then find the cost of an ad that is 21 lines long. You know what, right now, we don't care about that 21 lines long. Will you just ignore that for right now? Don't try to use 21 right now. We're going to ignore that. We're going to use the other 3 pieces of information that they gave us that are useful. So we can write some ordered pairs from this. And remember, x always represents the independent variable, the one that controls the situation. And then y represents the dependent variable, the result of what x does to them. Okay? So what do you think is going to control the situation in this? The lines? How many lines you want in your ad? Or how much the cost is? What's going to be the controlling one? What's going to be the independent? What's going to be our x one? Number of lines, right? You get to pick how many lines you want to make this ad. And then as a result of that, there is a total cost, isn't there? There's a cost for it. Okay, so give me an ordered pair then that we could write from this problem. What's one ordered pair that we could write in this problem? Ordered pair 3, $12.75, and we can leave the labels out. So we will say ordered pair 3, comma, 12.75. There's one. Go ahead now, you write the other 2, because I bet you can. Do you like mine? Then I like yours. Okay. Yeah, those are the other 2 ordered pairs that we can write. So x is, in this case, the number of lines. You know what? Let's put that over here. X is lines. Y is cost. Okay? X is the lines. How many lines are we going to have in our ad? And Y is going to be how much is it going to cost. That's going to be kind of important as we work along here. Okay. Here it says use 2 of them to find the slope. Which 2? Pardon?
Doesn't matter.
Does it matter? They said it was a linear function, so all of these points lie on a straight line. Does it matter which two we use then? Because between any 2 points on a line, the slope is the same. Sometimes it just needs to be simplified, but it's still the same. Okay? So, with a hand, who wants to choose their points for us? Abby, thank you. Which one should we use? 3 and 12.75. And what's your other choice?
5 and 17.
Okay, and 17.25. Because if we know 2 points, did they tell us what the slope was? Did they tell us what the y-intercept is?
No.
No, but yet they want us to write an equation in slope-intercept form.
So we have to do slope.
We gotta start with the slope, don't we? Okay, so we're gonna do, let's make this one our x sub 1, y sub 1. Let's make this one our x sub 2, y sub 2. So that we can use our slope formula. Remember, it's got those y sub 2s and y sub 1s and all that stuff in it. So m equals, what's going to be upstairs? What kind of subtraction problem?
2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x.
Yeah, so we're going to take $17.25 and we're going to subtract the $12.75. Because we're using this slope formula, you know this one. If you need to write it down because it's left you for a while for some reason. We're actually using the slope formula. So m equals 17.25, take away $12.75 over what has to be the order downstairs. 5 take away 3. You're gonna need calculators today. You're gonna want, I'm not gonna go crazy about what you're using today. I'll let you. So, well, I wish it was just 5. It's $17.25, not $17.75. It's not 5. $17.25 take away $12.75. How much is that? $4.50? 53 cents? Really? $17.25 take away $16.75. These are all quarters. How many pennies? Okay, so what is it?
12.75.
Yeah, so what does it become?
4.5.
Okay, so it's really $4.50, isn't it? Or 4.5 is fine. And then downstairs, 5 take away 3 is 2. Okay, and that's 2.25, isn't it? 2.25. So our slope is 2.25. So that's kind of an important piece of information for us to be able to write a linear function. We needed to know that m is 2.25. Okay, now we're going to use slope and one of the points to help us write our equation in slope-intercept form. Well, we're in lesson 4.7 where they've introduced to us that form called point-slope form, which says write an equation using the slope and one of the points to write an equation in point-slope form, and then you can rename it in slope-intercept form, right? Okay, well, so remember that goes like this. Y take away y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. You get all these that we've got memorized? So slope is 2.25, and does it matter which point we use? No, it really doesn't matter. We already named one x sub 1, y sub 1. It has the smallest values in it. Do you think that might be the easiest one to use? Okay, let's use that one. Ordered pairs 3, 12.75. It should not matter which one we use, but that's the one we're going to choose, okay? So now, could somebody give me what our equation would look like in starting out in point slope form? Joss, I mean?
Y minus 12.75 equals 2.25 parentheses x minus 2.
Can we agree with that? Everyone's pretty good about this setup? Okay. So what's that form called that we just wrote in? That's point slope form. Okay, let's write that. This is important. does it need any cleaning up? No. So let's just put here that this is point slope form because we're going to go back and check the problem. We're going to see what did they want. Do they want us to write a linear function in point slope form? No? Okay, so what do we have to do? What do they want?
Multiply
They want slope intercept form, which is what? How does that go again? They want y equals mx plus b, don't they? Okay, so we're going to have to keep going then, aren't we? So y take, I'm going to change this to add the opposite. And I'm going to change this one to add the opposite. And then I'm going to do my distributive property. Is that our next step? Devontae, help me out here. Is the left side going to change any right now?
No.
No, okay. Y plus negative 12.75 equals, what's the right side going to become?
2.25x plus
minus
Plus a,
negative 6.75.
okay. Next step, Kelvin?
You would
take 2.25 times negative 6.75.
No, not today. Joss?
Yeah, add 12.75 to
Yeah, we got that. Our goal is we're trying to get this y alone. So we're going to come over here and say there's a negative 12.75 being added, so we'll add its opposite. If we do that over there, we got to do it over here. We might as well add it to the money on the other side because we only do it once anyway. So now we have our equation where y is alone, and we have 2.25x plus
6.
6. Does it need cleaning up? No. What's this form called? Slope intercept form. So, is that what they wanted? Is that one of the things they wanted?
yes.
Okay, let's circle it then. That's one of the things they wanted. They wanted us to find the equation in slope intercept form. Okay, I want you to stop for a minute and I want you to process with me. What do you think this equation's telling us about this situation? Specifically, telling us about this situation.
For every 6 lines of the ad you want to write, you have to pay, or for every extra 6 lines, you have to pay $2.25.
So for every extra 6 lines, you would have to pay $2.25. You guys think you can agree with that? Because let's just try it with something. You know, we have that ordered pair 3, $12.75, and 6 more lines would be 9. So if we add 6 to that, we would, or $6 to $12.75, we get $18.75. And so, I don't know, 5 lines is this, 10 lines is this. So you're kind of saying right now that according to your reasoning, that we would have this. What do you think? This. Devontae? Oh, that's right. It's still worth checking out because you might be right.
For every line is $2.25 plus $6.
And so Devontae thinks that this is telling us that for every line that you put in this ad, they charge you $2.25. What do you guys think? Think that might be possible? $2.25 for every line, because $2.25 is being multiplied by what? No. By what? In the equation, what's $2.25 being multiplied by? By the number of lines by x. So it is taking $2.25 times x, which is the number of lines. So I think Devontae's right about that. I think it's $2.25 for every line in this ad. But then he says plus 6. So in other words, maybe tax?
An added fee.
It's just an added fee. It's a one-time added fee. We don't know what it's for. We don't know if it's because it's in color or we don't know. I mean, it's a plus 6, a one-time fee that they're going to charge you. Maybe it's just to be able to be in their newspaper, huh? And then so much per line. Okay. Okay, so now let's go and use our equation to do the other thing. It says we were supposed to find the cost of an ad that is 21 inches long. So, use the equation to find y, the cost, that's what we're looking for, when x, the number of lines, is 21. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to write down our equation first of all. Y equals 2.25x plus 6. And where are we going to put that 21 in for? Okay,
X.
for x, the number of lines. It's 21 lines long, so we're going to put 21 in for x. Do our order of operations and see how much it's going to cost for this 21 line long ad. So y equals, anybody know what $2.25 21 times is? Well, 21 times 2 is, how much? $53.25. Let me see if I get that. 21 times 2 is 47. And then 21 quarters, let's see, that would be $5.25. So I'm thinking it's $47.25. $47.25, am I right? Okay, $47.25 plus 6. And you know what Cody was giving me? The final answer, because you didn't listen to my question. My question was, what's 225 times 21? Because the final answer is what, Cody? Yeah, 53.25. And we know that that is money, so let's just go ahead and put our label there, but we're going to end with a sentence answer. So what would be a sentence we could write for this? What would they
The
ask?
cost for 21 lines in a news ad.
The cost for 21 lines in an ad is?
$53.25.
Okay, here we go. The cost of an ad.
Why don't we write the total cost?
Because this equation actually found we could use the word total, but we don't have to because we already factored in the extra fee. We already added that in, so it's kind of like, yeah, it would be a good idea maybe to use the word total. But basically, what we're saying is, if you're going to go in and take out a 21-line ad, it's going to cost you this much money. Okay, so you can use total if you want. The cost of an ad that is 21 lines long. Remember, 21 is the only thing we get to like kind of abbreviate. We get to use its numeral form rather than its word form. Is $53.25 punctuation. There's still people in here who don't know how to punctuate. That's the cost of an ad, that is, and then it's also good to make sense, that is 21 lines long, is $53.25. Okay, so we're going to end what they ask us to use our equation to find something. Our final answer will be in a sentence today, okay? Anybody got questions about that one? Because of course I came up with another one. Let's go to the back side. More practice, Kelvin. Are you excited? Okay. Sorry to hear that. The cost to stain a deck is a linear function of the deck's area. Area means, like if this is a rectangular deck, how would we find its area? Length times width. We're trying to figure out how many square, what's this one measured in feet? How many squares it would, square feet, a foot by a foot, how many squares of area there are, how many it would take to cover it. The cost to stain a 100 square foot, the cost to stain 100 square feet is $150, and the cost to stain 400 square feet is $525. Write an equation in slope-intercept form that represents the cost as a function of the area. The cost as a function of the area. Which one's controlling the situation? The area. That's our x. The cost is going to be the result of how big our deck is, how much area there is, right? Okay. Anybody have a suggestion where we could start?
Start finding your slope.
Oh, we gotta start everybody's finding our slope, okay. If we're gonna find our slope, what do we need? We need to look at the problem, see if they gave it to us, did they?
No, we have to find out by using the slope intercept form, or well, slope form.
We have to use the slope formula? Well, to use the slope formula, what do we need? We need an ordered pair or order two, right? Don't we need a couple of them? Okay, give me an ordered pair from this problem. Tori, what do you think could be an ordered pair from this problem? Considering that y is going to be the cost and the area is going to be the x, what do you think could be one of our ordered pairs? Okay, she's passing it out to Michaela. Michaela, what do you think?
100 square feet and 150.
Okay, so we could use 100, 150. That could be one of our ordered pairs. When there are 100, when the area is 100 square feet, we don't need the labels in our ordered pairs. The cost is $150. Well then, go ahead and write what the other one would be. What would the other ordered pair be? Right? Do you agree with me? When there was a 400 square foot deck, then it was $525. So now we say, you know what? Now I got my x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Now I can find the slope, can't I? So we're going to look for m first. M equals. Go ahead, find the slope. Since we've been doing this for quite a while now, we should be able to do this. And again, you can use your calculators. It's okay. Once you're done finding the slope, see if I need it to be corrected. So it divides out nicely to a terminating decimal, doesn't it? Right? 1.25. Is that what we get? Okay, what are we going to do with that slope now? Hey, by the way, is one of those points our y-intercept?
Yes.
Or in other words, is it the starting amount? How do we know when a point, when an ordered pair of NOAA is a y-intercept? How do we know that?
When our line crosses the y-axis.
Where our line crosses the x-axis, or the y-axis, excuse me, not the x, the y-axis. But we don't have a graph here. We don't know where it's crossing. How can we tell just by looking at the ordered pairs? How can we tell if that's a y-intercept or not? Julie, you're making caps at home.
The y, if it told us what the total cost would be, then it would say the starting cost to stand a deck would be this.
So like it's kind of like the one-time thing, isn't it? The one-time fee. But how do we know if one of these ordered pairs is it? What does x have to be equal to in the y-intercept?
0.
0. Do we have an ordered pair that has x equal to 0?
Yes.
Right now, do we?
Or no.
No, neither of those ordered pairs has x equal to 0, so we can't say, oh, well, I already know the y-intercept, so I can write my equation now. We're going to have to do the point slope form thing, aren't we? So m equals 1.25. Which ordered pair should we use?
The first one.
The first one? Okay, 100, 150. So it's going to be y take away, help me out, class, 150 equals 1.25 times x take away 100. What's that form called?
Point slope.
Point slope form. Hope that's what they wanted. Because then we can be done getting our equation. Is that what they wanted?
No.
Oh no, they said slope intercept form. So we have to carry on, don't we? Okay, so go ahead, get that in slope intercept form. isn't a whole lot of room here. You kind of needed an extra line here, I'm sorry, but. I got y equals 1.25x plus 25. Anybody in agreement? Yeah? Awesome. Okay. So there's our equation in slope-intercept form. That's the one they wanted. That's why I circled it. They wanted slope-intercept form. You always got to make sure that we read what they want, because trust me, in a multiple choice answer bank, they might provide both and see if they can catch you off guard. Okay, identify the slope and tell what it represents. What's our slope?
The cost of 1 square foot.
So M is 1.25, first of all, right? And what did you say that is?
So the slope represents the cost of 1 square foot. Which
Yeah.
is $1.25.
Okay, there you go. So the slope represents the cost per square foot. So for every square foot of area, you're going to pay $1. It's going to cost you $1.25. So for that 100 square foot deck, $125. 1.25 times 100 per square foot. Okay, what's the y-intercept in this one? 25. So the y-intercept is 25, which we call b, don't we? What's that tell us?
The cost for every square foot.
Is that the cost for every square foot? Like an additional cost for every square foot?
Base price.
Like base price. What do you mean by that? When I say base price?
Like how much you have to pay.
How much you have to pay? How many times?
What?
Once. It's a one-time cost, isn't it? We don't know what it is. Maybe that's, the extra supplies, or I don't know what it is, but it's, so we can say the y-intercept represents a one-time, and we put a dash between that because these are kind of like adjectives for the word cost, okay? So the y-intercept represents a one-time cost. And you know what, we can stop there. It's like we're not paying it more than once, but you're gonna pay it. When you're gonna stay in this deck for some reason, maybe I don't know, maybe you're renting a sprayer. Who knows? Okay, now we're ready to use our equation. How many square feet can be stained if there is $275 to spend? Okay, well, first of all, how many square feet? Are we solving for X or are we solving for Y there? What is that? The square feet. That's area. Is area X or is area Y in this problem?
Area is X.
That's our X value, isn't it? So let's put that there. How many square feet? That's our X. Can be stained if there's $275 to spend. That's like cost. Like it's gonna, you have $275. That's you can spend that much. That's how much it can cost you. So what's that representing?
That'd be representing your.
That's your y, isn't it? Yeah. So we're going to write our equation down. Y equals 1.25x plus 25. And this time, instead of subbing in for x like we often do, this time we're subbing in for y. They gave us y, and we have to solve the equation for x. So we have to be careful. We have to be cautious mathematicians and make sure we're putting our numbers in the right spot. So this time, we're looking for how many square feet we can stain with our money that we have. So go ahead and get that equation solved for x. What? Am I wrong? I could be. Just go ahead. Don't be afraid to challenge me. I might be wrong. You think I'm wrong? Okay, where did I go wrong? Where do you disagree with me at? What point?
And subtract
think I
the
would put-
25.
Subtracting 25?
You know?
You don't think I should subtract 25?
Get the right answer.
I feel like you should
Oh, I never mind.
put 275 in for x.
Oh, but I thought we decided that the 275 was our y value. And we're solving for our x this time. We're solving for the number of square feet, aren't we? Yeah. So I think we need to put the 275 in for y. I don't think you can change your mind on that. We need to solve this for x. And then I do believe we need to subtract 25 first, because what is it we're trying to get a loan in this problem? X. So we got to get that 25 out of there. Well, then after we get that 25 out of there, we have 250 equals 1.25x, which means we got to divide by 1.25 and
Equals 200.
yeah, and you know what? I'm moving my decimal point over. I don't need my calculator because I can do it like this. I can say, if I move the decimal point over, that'll be a whole number. But if I do that there, I got to do it here. So what I really have here is 25,000 divided by 125. Well, I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to say, how many times can I take 125 into 250? Twice. And then I still got those other two zeros, so it's 200. So what is this? What's our final answer? Yes, Cody?
I've got an idea.
Okay.
If they think that your answer and my answer are wrong, then they should see if they get the right answer of $275.
Is in for x?
In for X.
Yeah. Because I will tell you that, what is it again that we're solving for? How are we going to write our final answer?
200 square feet can be stained. If there's 200.
Okay, so 200, since it's the start of a sentence, now we have to use the words. We can't use numbers at the beginning of a sentence, sorry. 200 square feet of deck can be stained for $275. Punctuation. End of sentence. Okay. So, you have more problems this week.
I can't start off with not the three statements.
I don't know, it's just done.